My son's girlfriend was pregnant, and I thought I could fix it all with a spare room and a paycheck. I was wrong, dead wrong. The day Ethan came home with Lily, both barely 18, their faces pale as ghosts, I knew life was about to change. Ethan, my only son, stood in the kitchen, hands stuffed in his pockets, mumbling about a baby. Lily, a girl I'd only met twice, clutched his arm, her eyes darting like she expected me to throw them out. I didn't. I'm Tom, a single dad who's spent 20 years raising Ethan alone after his mom walked out. I fixed scraped knees, broken bikes, and broken hearts. A baby? I could handle that. Or so I thought. I gave them the guest room, turned my office into a nursery, and started working overtime at the garage. Diapers, formula, cribs, it added up fast. Ethan promised to get a job, but he was still a kid himself, more interested in video games than responsibility. Lily tried, bless her, but she was overwhelmed, barely out of high school. Her dreams of college fading like a sunset. I didn't mind. I'd do anything for Ethan, and now for Lily and the baby too. Family is family, blood or not. Months flew by, and when Lily's water broke, I drove them to the hospital, my hands shaking on the wheel. Ethan was a mess, pacing the waiting room while I sat there praying for a healthy kid. When the nurse handed me little Emma, all pink and squalling, I felt a jolt of pride. She had Ethan's eyes, my mom's tiny nose. I swore I'd give her everything I never had, everything Ethan deserved. But life doesn't care about promises. Emma was barely a month old when I started noticing things. Ethan and Lily were fighting more. Their whispers turning to shouts when they thought I was asleep. Money was disappearing from my wallet, small amounts, but enough to sting. I'd come home from 12-hour shifts to find the fridge empty, dishes piled high, and Ethan glued to his phone. Lily was different though. She'd sit with Emma for hours singing softly, her face glowing with a love I hadn't seen in her before. But there was something else in her eyes, fear, maybe guilt. I chalked it up to new mom stress. I was wrong. One night, I came home early and found Ethan gone. Lily was on the couch, tears streaming down her face, Emma asleep in her arms. "He's not coming back, Tom," she whispered. "He said he can't do this. He can't be a dad." My heart sank. Ethan, my boy, had run. I wanted to chase him, drag him back, make him face his responsibilities. But Lily's voice stopped me. "I'm sorry," she said, barely audible. "I didn't mean for it to happen like this." I didn't understand what she meant. Not yet. I sat beside her, promised we'd figure it out. I keep supporting them, her and Emma. I took on extra shifts, cut corners on my own needs. I bought Lily a stroller, enrolled her in community college classes, even paid for daycare so she could study. She was trying so hard and Emma was thriving, her giggles filling the house like music. But the weight of it all was crushing me. Bills piled up. My savings dwindled. And still no word from Ethan. 6 months later, I got a call from a buddy at the garage. Ethan was crashing at his place 2 towns over, working odd jobs and spending his nights at bars. I drove out there, fury and heartbreak warring in my chest. When I saw him leaning against a beat-up car, cigarette in hand, he didn't even look sorry. "I'm not ready, Dad," he said. "I can't be what you want me to be." I wanted to scream, to shake him, to ask how he could abandon his daughter, his girlfriend, his family. But all I could say was, "Come home." He didn't. Back at the house, Lily was changing. She was stronger, more confident, juggling school and motherhood like a pro. But there was a distance in her now. A secret she wasn't sharing. One evening, as I rocked Emma to sleep, Lily sat me down. "Tom, I need to tell you something," she said, her voice trembling. "Emma, she might not be Ethan's." The room spun. I set Emma down in her crib, my hands shaking. "What do you mean?" I asked, though I dreaded the answer. Lily's story came out in pieces, how she'd been with someone else before Ethan. A guy from her old neighborhood, someone she'd cut ties with. She wasn't sure, not 100%, but the timing, it was possible. She'd been too scared to tell me, too scared to lose the home I'd given her. I didn't know what to feel. Betrayal? Anger? Pity? All I could see was Emma, sleeping soundly, her tiny chest rising and falling. She was mine in every way that mattered. Ethan's or not, I'd raised her for 6 months, loved her like my own. But the truth gnawed at me. Had I been played? Had I sacrificed everything, me savings, my health, my time, for a lie? I told Lily we'd get a paternity test. Not because I didn't love Emma, but because I needed to know. The wait was agony. I kept working, kept smiling for Emma, kept supporting Lily. But inside I was breaking. When the results came, I couldn't open the envelope. Lily did it for me. Her face crumpled as she read it. "She's not Ethan's," she whispered. I should have been furious. I should have felt cheated. But all I felt was relief. Emma was still Emma. Lily was still the girl who'd fought to be a good mom. Ethan was gone, and maybe that was for the best. I looked at Lily, tears in her eyes, and said, "She's ours. We'll raise her together." Life didn't get easier. The bills kept coming, the late nights didn't stop. But Lily and I found a rhythm. She aced her classes, got a part-time job, and started talking about a future for her and Emma. I sold the house, moved us to a smaller place, one we could afford. Emma's first birthday was a quiet affair, just me, Lily, and a store-bought cake. But when Emma smashed her tiny hands into the frosting, laughing like the world was hers, I knew I'd made the right choice. Ethan called once a year later. He was sorry, he said. He wanted to see Emma. I told him the truth, that she wasn't his, that we were doing fine without him. He didn't argue. I think he was relieved too. Now, as I watch Emma toddle around the living room, chasing a toy truck, I think about what family means. It's not just blood. It's the people you fight for, the ones who fight for you. Lily's still here, still growing, still learning. I'm still tired, still broke, but I'm proud. Emma's got a home, a mom who loves her, and a grandpa who'd give anything to see her smile. But sometimes late at night I wonder, did I do right by Ethan letting him walk away? Should I have fought harder for him to stay, to grow up? Was I too quick to take on Lily and Emma, to shoulder a burden that wasn't mine? And what about Lily's secret? Does keeping it from Ethan make me complicit? Or was it mercy? I don't have answers. All I know is Emma's laughter, Lily's gratitude, and the life we've built from the ashes of what was. Maybe that's enough. Maybe it has to be. What do you think? Was I right to take in Lily and Emma, knowing what I know now? Should Ethan have been held accountable, or was letting him go the better choice? Share your thoughts. Where does duty end and forgiveness begin?